Hello everyone, welcome. Okay, I guess we are live. Yeah, so now we are live. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to another powerful Python live session. So in the last live session, we successfully completed problem up to uh given question number 40. Okay, so this is our series 100 Python fundamental practice problems. Okay, and today we are going to continue from problem number 41 onwards. So if you have been following this series, amazing consistency. And if you're joining today, you can still jump in and start building your fundamental with us. Okay. So this series is focused on one main goal, helping you write clean and efficient Python code. We are not just solving problems, we are building strong fundamentals, logical thinking, coding confidence. Okay. So, guys, now for every problem, we will follow a simple process. Okay. Few steps. Step one, I will write the problem statement. Okay. I'll give you time to think and try it yourself. Then we'll solve it together step by step. So our main motive is not just watch, okay? Participate. So try to solve before I code and feel free to drop your logic in the chat. Now, guys, if you feel that this series is helping you, make sure you share this live session with your friends, especially those who are learning Python or struggling with basics. So let's grow together. So, all right, everyone, let's start with our problem. Is this life useful for to level up data analyst skills? Uh, See, if you are having problem in writing the codes, okay, uh, for performing analysis, so then this might means you can see or you are struggling with the loops, okay, then this might help you, okay. But if you're asking me direct analytics, okay, so you can go and check out our other live sessions where uh I have shown working on a data set how you can perform particular okay data analysis on a particular data set. But if you are getting problem or you are getting stuck in the initial stages when you're trying to perform analysis, okay, in the programming stage, in the logic building stage, then this series will be helpful for you. Okay. Okay. With that said, we'll come to our problem. Okay. Uh, Prathamesh Jadhav says, thank for clarification. It's okay, brother. I hope you got your problem solution. So, question number 41. Okay, I guess 40, yeah, 41. And this question will be for printing, print Fibonacci Fibonacci series up to n terms. Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone who's watching knows Fibonacci series. Okay. So you have to print Fibonacci series till n terms. Okay. So you will take n a variable in which you are going to put any value. And till that terms means till that value, you are going to print the Fibonacci sequence. Okay. Now, those who don't know what is Fibonacci, now those who know, you can start writing the code. Those who don't know what is a Fibonacci series, Fibonacci series is basically in simple language, it's a kind of numbers only, but this sequence means numbers are in such a sequence where the next number means the next number will be the sum of previous two numbers, and by default the initial two numbers are 0 1. Okay, so it always starts from 0 and 1. So first number is 1, second number is first number is 0, second number is 1. So what will be the next number? So sum of previous two numbers, so 0 1, you if you add you will get 1, so the third number will be 1. Then what will be the next number? 1 plus 1 2, then 2 plus 1 3, then 3 plus 2 5, and so on it will be continued. Okay, so you have to print the numbers till n terms. Okay, so those who know, you can start coding. Now those who don't know, I feel that I have explained the problem. Okay, what is a Fibonacci series? So now if you want to try it, you can try it of your own. Otherwise you can wait for me. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds. Try, think upon the logic. If you're not able to write the code, then also you can try writing uh, brute codes. Okay, whatever you want to write, just assign variables, build logics, write on a paper. Okay, I'll suggest to write on editor so that your typing speed will be also nice. Okay. Okay, so now let me write the code. Okay. Okay, so those who have started, it's fine, do it. Those who have not started, for them, now I'm going to write. So you can just see how the approach is going to be. So first of all, you have to take till how many terms you want to print, okay, your Fibonacci sequence series. Then, just I told you that initial values are 0 and 1. So take two variable named as AB or whatever you want, okay, assign them. So assign 0 to A, 1 to B, okay. Now, we'll start the for loop and we'll say till n range, okay, till n range print. Okay, and I want to just make sure that it should print in one line. It's not necessary, you can print it in several lines also, but okay, it's fine, we can print it now. uh if you remember the problem, okay, when I was just telling you at that time only, I have given the solution also. What I have told you that what is a Fibonacci sequence is that the next number will be the sum of previous two numbers. Okay, that's the thing. So now the main logic, we are going to write it over here. Okay, what we are doing, we have initialized 0 and 1 so that we need the two initial values so that we can find the next one. Then we started the loop till that range. We will print A. So always we are going to print A. So A will be the value, means A is going to be the number which is going to be the next number. Okay. So we have to perform swapping. Swapping in that way that that in B there should be the next number. Okay, in B it should have it store the sum of the previous two numbers. Okay, and then we'll initialize B to A. Okay, is that simple? So what we are doing is kind of swapping only. We are writing A comma B equals to B comma, and here we'll write A plus B. Okay, now come out of it. I'll give a simple print, and let me just print it out, and you will see 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, if I'll increase the range, I'll make it 10, so you will get till 10. Okay, so this is how you print the Fibonacci series. And if you'll see 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 1 2, 2 1 3, 3 2 5, 5 3 8, 8 5 13, 13 8 21, 21 13 34. Okay, so it's like that. It's very simple. What we did, this is the main line which plays the main game. Okay, where we are doing the swapping, and we are just making sure that B should be the value, means B should be the variable where we are just adding the previous two values. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so this is how you are going to print Fibonacci series up to n terms. Okay, guys. uh okay, then the next problem is to that it will be problem number 42. Okay, so 42 will be to check if a number is a Armstrong. Okay, so I'll give you the number value. So the number is going to be 153. Okay, guys, and you guys have to just say that, check that if this number is a Armstrong number or not. Now, those of you don't know what is a Armstrong number, so let me explain. Okay, so I'll need a new cell for that. Okay, so basically a Armstrong number is uh when you just count the, okay, let me take this example. Let's say you have 153. Okay, so Armstrong number is a number that rebuilds itself. Okay, rebuilds itself using its own digits. Okay, if I'll show you with an example, so let's say if you have 153, so total how many digits are there in 153? Three digits. Okay, so this total count of digits becomes very important when you have to check for Armstrong number, or when you have to find Armstrong number. Okay, total number of digits, remember this, total number of digits are in 153, three digits are there. Okay, remember this. Then you will extract all the three digits. Okay, so you will separately extract 1, 5, and 3. Then next step is what you're going to do, 1 cube. Okay, you will do 1 cube, you will do 5 cube, and you will do 3 cube. So when you'll do this thing now, okay, so now I'll show you using a print function. When you will do this thing, okay, if you see what I have done, what was the total digit? Okay, many of you will ask, why, sir, why you are doing cube? Why not square? Why not some extra value? Okay, some greater value for the exponential? Because what was the total number of digits? It was 3. Okay, so that will be the exponential value for each number. Okay, each digit. So let's say 3. So 1 cube, 5 cube, and 3 to the power 3. Okay, and then what you have to do, you find out the exponential of all the digits, then sum all of them. After you do the addition, if you get the number back, okay, that's why that's what it means, rebuilds itself. Okay, when you get the number back, it means it is a Armstrong number. Okay, and this is one of the fundamental questions. Okay, it's a very important question that can be asked. Okay, that is asked, or that one must should know. Okay, that kind of problem. So yeah, now I feel that everyone have understood what does Armstrong number mean. Okay, and those who already know, okay, they have started writing codes also, I know. But those who don't know, okay, now you can try it, you can think upon it, how you're going to extract the each digit, and how you're going to do the addition and all, everything. Okay, And it's just that simple. Okay, guys, now I feel I should explain this problem to you guys. Okay, so I'll now start writing the codes. So those who have started already, it's good. You can match with my code. If you'll find it special or unique, you can just use mine's. Or otherwise, if you guys have some different approach, you can also let me know in the chat. Okay, I am always open to learn, and I want to see that what are the other approach. Okay, is there any good approach or not? Now, those who don't know, okay, you can write a step. You can follow step by step. Now, uh, n equals to 153. So n is the number. Okay, 153 is the number which we have to check whether it is a Armstrong number or not. Or we verify it is a Armstrong number. Okay. So now what we'll do next line. First of all, we'll create a temporary variable and we'll store n again. Okay. Then you have seen that how big role the power plays. Okay. So for knowing the power, we need to count that how many digits are there in that particular number. So for that, what we will do, okay, length function does not works on integers, okay, it does not count digits. So what you can do, we will just convert the number n to string format, and then we can apply the length function. So this length function now, uh, uh, after converting this n to a string, can give me the total count, okay. So it will give us 3, so it will be stored in power. Then we will create one more variable, some value, and initialize 0 to it. Why 0? Because whatever the total sum of the powers we are going to do of the digits, that we have to store somewhere, okay, to check that it is the same number or not. So that's why we need the sum val, and that's why it is, because we have to do addition, that's why I have just initialized with 0. Now, the main thing, okay, the main approach, because here I have just used a very simple approach, but to first step is done. We have extracted the digit, okay. Then we have to separate the digits, okay, because till now it is a combination of a number. It is 153, not it is 153, okay. So now we have to separate these digits separately in this format, okay. So then for that purpose, we need to do the job, and then we need to perform um the powers and the addition, okay. So these two steps are still left. So for that, we'll use while loop, okay, and we'll write while temporary is greater than 0, okay. So our condition will go till then our temporary variable in which 153 is there, it is 0, okay. So okay, no, till it has some value in it, it will execute. The moment it gets 0, it will be stop, the loop will stop, okay, because it is a while loop, it runs on condition based, okay. Then now guys, we have to extract. Okay, we have to extract the number one by one. Okay, so for that, what we'll need to do, I'll write digit equals to the temporary variable. Okay, and temporary variable divides by 10 and whatever the remainder will be. Okay, so whenever you do modulus 10 no of any digit, you get the last digit. Okay, so whatever the last digit will be returned, okay, that will be stored on digit in current iteration. Okay, then what we are going to do, in some value, in some val, we will we are going to add that digit. Okay, but before addition we need to power it, we need to give its exponential also, because we don't have to just simply add it. First we have to do the q of it and then we have to add it. Okay, so this is there. Then now guys, one more important line is there, that after you have extracted the last digit, now you need to remove the digit also. Okay, so that's why you need to do this. Integer division equals to 10. This will do what? This is going to remove the last digit. Suppose in first iteration 3 will be extracted, so 3 will be removed also. Okay, now just give me 1 second, I'll just come, just 1 second. Yeah. Uh, s- okay, let me get settled guys. So yeah. So we were in this line. So now see, when you extracted the number, okay, and you just did the power of that number and you just added that digit in some value, okay. But in the next, for the next iteration, guys, you have to just understand one thing, that for the next iteration, you need to remove that number also, no? That is also very important. So because of that, you need to run this command, okay, this code. This will do what? This is going to remove the last digit. Okay. So that your temporary variable will have only 1 5. And this is going to be done again and again. Okay. Until the temporary becomes 0. Okay. Then, then we'll give just one simple thing. Armstrong, just to verify, Armstrong if sum of values equals to n. Okay. So then it is Armstrong number. Otherwise, not Armstrong. So let me execute. So we all have already seen it that 153 is Armstrong number. So we are getting that. with that said, we'll move to the next problem. That is problem number 43. So the next problem will be to just find the largest number in a list using loop. Now let me give you the list first. So let's say 3, 7, or just take random values. So this is going to be your list and you have to find the largest number, okay? The largest number from this list, okay? And you have to use loops. Okay, so don't try to use a built-in function because then it will be easy, but try doing using loops, okay? So then you will feel some improvement, okay? The main logic will come there when you try to use the loop. Okay, there was one question in the chat, but I guess it is deleted now. Okay, now guys, let me those who have already started writing the codes. Okay, good, very good. Those who don't, okay, and for you guys, I'll just give you a small hint that see, first of all, you have to do comparison, okay, and you have to think in like that see, you assume that the first element is the largest element, okay, assume it because you don't know which one is the largest. So safer option is to just go with the first one. Okay, assume the first element to be the largest element and then start the loop and whatever the element you have just considered the largest, start comparison with that. Okay, so if you choose the first number, so every number will come in that range. So you can compare it and whichsoever number will be greater than that number, okay, the first number, if it will be greater than that, so just exchange the values. It means just whatever the current value will be, if it will be greater, so then replace the value in the maximum. Simple. And at the end, come out of the loop and print the maximum. This is the simple logic which we'll try to follow. Okay, now let me show you how you're going to do it. So what I was trying to say, just follow this approach. Assume the first, whenever you get largest, minimum, this kind of question, no, inside list, inside tuple, okay. So first of all, what you have to do, assume the first element to be uh, the largest or the lowest, means the smallest, okay. Then start the loop for I in list, okay, normal loop, normal, how you start a normal for loop, just like that, okay. Then just give a simple condition for I, if I is greater than the max value. Okay, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, it means the current value is greater than the maximum value. So then update the maximum value with the current value. So put the current value in maximum value. Okay, come out of the condition, come out of the loop, print the maximum value, and here you go. You get 9. So 9 is the number which is the greatest. Okay, in our list. With that said, we'll move to the next problem. Problem number 44. print star pattern triangle. Okay. So you have to print, guys, a star pattern, means you have to use asterisk, okay, star pattern triangle. So you have to print a triangle, okay, using asterisks, okay, and it's going to be very simple, just a two-line code. And we have discussed about this problem many a time, not in this series, but in our previous series, we have seen this kind of problems, okay. So I feel that this is going to be easy for you guys, okay, just try it. Don't go in complex way, okay. It is not some different programming language, it is Python. So everything is very simple, so just think in a simple way and you will get your solution. Okay, so being it an easy question, I'll just give you the solution, okay. So a print a star pattern triangle, okay. So just assume that how many rows you want, just simple as that. Suppose if you want 5 rows, so started from 5, go till 6. Okay, it's upon you that how many rows you want. You want to make it very big, you can do that too. You can just make the increase the count of rows. If you want to make it not that much big, okay, so you can decrease the count of uh, the rows, and that's it. That's it. You'll get your triangle over here. Okay. And whatever pattern you will use, means whatever character you will use, you will get a triangle of that. Let's say if I'll use some other pattern, okay, at the rate. So I'll get the triangle of at the rate symbol. Okay. So it's upon you. Now, with that said, we'll move to our next problem. That is problem number 45. On your screen, we have to print reverse star pattern. Okay. So now we have to again print a pattern, but this time of reverse stars. Okay. Okay. Now, in this problem, guys, everything is going to be same. Just think upon that in the previous problem, we just started from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Here, what we have to do, we have to start it from 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Okay. Now, I thought that I've given you the, means I have given you the hint. Okay. And this is the best I can do. So you have few seconds, think upon it. Again, it's going to be a two-line code only, so it's going to be very easy. But these questions, guys, okay, these questions uh, tells that how well do you know Python, okay? Because these are some of the fundamental questions, not of Python, but of all programming languages. So if you'll count any programming language, so these are the basics questions, okay, which we'll say as fundamental problems which anyone gives you to just practice, okay. So that's why they become very common, okay, to be asked anywhere. That's why they become very fundamental. It's very basic level. Okay, now let me tell you what you have to do. Everything is going to be same, okay? Everything is going to be same. Okay. So what I'll do now, I'll first write everything. I'll write those things which are same. Okay. Then I'll write, okay. So everything is same. You can just match. Everything is same. Just inside the range, we are going to make some changes. And that changes will be Okay, what I told you that now we have to go from five columns to four, then three, then two, then one. Okay, in that way. So we'll start from five. Where till we have to go? We have to go till one. So zero, and we are going in decrement manner. Okay, by default the range functions goes on one increment. Here we are going on decremental. Okay, and by how much we have to decrement at one. Okay, so it means we need to take first it is decrement, so it will be minus. Then by how much? One. So minus one, and there you go. You will get a reverse star pattern. Okay, on your screen. So this is how it becomes very easy. With that said, we'll come to our next problem. Problem number 46 on your screen. So what we have to do here we have to print numbers which are divisible by 3 between 1 and 50. Okay, so 1 and 50, between 1 and 50, whatever the numbers are which are divisible by 3, that numbers we want. Okay, so we want that numbers. Okay, Roman Carter says cool. Thanks, brother. I feel that you are liking the live session. Okay, and you are learning something. Okay, stay tuned. We have more interesting questions to go on. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So what you have to do? First of all, you have to set the range, okay, between 1 and 50. So we'll start a loop. Okay, I am assuming that why I have written 51, everyone knows here. Now, I request that those who don't know why I have written 51, okay, so you can ask in the chat. So then only I'll explain. Otherwise, I'll go forward because I will explain it already. But if anyone wants me to explain it again, I am, I am, I can explain it. Okay. So you have to just ask for it. So guys, um, w- let me just first execute it. Okay. So these are the numbers which are divisible by 3, and what we have just performed here, okay, is a very simple logic. That is, we just read the question that we need to check for divisibility by 3. What is the range? 1 and 50. So with the range 1 only means when we saw that between, so it means it clearly means that we have to go for a for loop. We have to use the range function and we have to give 151. Okay. Then we have to check what are the numbers we are divisible by 3. So how you check that if a number is divisible by 3 or not, or any number or not. Okay. So this is because 3 uh, modulus. Okay. So modulus is the operator. It is an arithmetic operator which it just divides and gives you the remainder. Okay. So after this division, this modulus operator is going to give you the remainder. Okay. So any number, if it is divisible by 3, so remainder will be 0. So that's we are doing. We are doing the calculation. If the remainder, whatever the remainder is, if the remainder is 0, so 0 will be equals to 0. It means the condition becomes true, means the number is divisible by 0, means is the number is divisible by 3. So print that current value. So whatever the values will be, they will be get printed over here. So this is how you work. Okay. Uh, Okay. Prathamesh Yadav, 8930 is saying, yes, why 51? Okay, see, why 51 is because first of all, it this is a range function, okay, which is used to generate sequences of numbers. Okay, sequences of numbers means one, two, three, four, so it's continuous numbers. Okay, so this range function takes three parameters. Okay, this range function takes, well, let me take one more cell. This range function takes three parameters. Okay, first one is the start, second one is end, and the third one is the third one is step. Okay, the start is inclusive in nature. Okay, inclusive. End is exclusive in nature. Okay, understand the terms. Okay, understand the terms. The start is inclusive. It means whatever you are going to write, that will be included. Okay, included means that will be taken. Okay, end is exclusive. It means whatever you will write, that will be not included. Okay, so that is the reason why I have to write 51, because our range was 50. Okay, so if I'll write 50 now, if I'll write 50 over here, so what will be the problem? That 50 will not be included. Okay, so it will generate numbers till 49 only. Okay, so it will generate it from 1 because 1 is inclusive, but if I'll write 50, so it will not include 50. So if I have to include 50, so I have to write one greater value. Okay, so that's why I have written 51 over here. Okay, so that 50 should be included, because in the question clearly it is mentioned that between 1 and 50, so 50 should be included. Okay, that's the only reason. Otherwise there is no reason. Okay, there is no extra reason. In the range function, the end part is exclusive. That's why we need to give one extra value to, in order to maintain that, or in order to ensure that the number which we have written in the end part is inclusive. Okay, and this depends on the problem also. In the problem it will be clearly mentioned that you have to take inclusive or exclusive. Okay, so you don't need to worry. Then there comes the step part. Okay, so step part is by default 1, and whatever step you will give, it will um, skip that much value and print that number. Okay, so that is the thing. So this is why we have written 51. Okay, I hope you have understood. Okay, with this we'll move to the next problem. If you have not understood, you can again ask me. Okay, I can again explain, because this is one of the functions which is going to be used many a time. Okay, so it's good to just be clear at once. Okay, because I have put effort to make you understand, and after that also, if you're not understood, then you can ask me again. Okay, otherwise, um okay, with that said, we'll move to the next problem, that is problem number 47. Okay, which is for count vowels in a string. Count vowels in a string. Okay, and let me just give you the string also. So let's say this is the string. Uh, okay, let me just give hello world. If you are counting from this or from anything, it doesn't matter. You have to just write the code. So guys, you have to count vowels from a string. This is your problem. I've given you the string. You can take your own string also, but if you will take this one, matching will be good. Okay, you can match the answer. Okay, Pratmesh Zadav says, got it. Thanks. Very well explained. Thank you so much, brother. Stay tuned. Okay. Okay. So, guys, I feel that those who know, they would have already started writing the code. Now, those who don't know, for you, I'll just give you a small a hint kind of thing. Okay. See, first of all, remember, whenever the problem will come for a count, okay, or a sum or a product, so you need to do one thing: initialize a value. Okay. Suppose if you have to count, so you need a count variable first. Okay. Initialize it with zero. If you have to do sum, so you need a sum variable. If you need to do the product, you need a product variable first. Okay. So first, just take the variables where you are going to store everything. Okay. Then count vowels in a string. So you have to perform on a string, and a string is given. So what you can do, first of all, you have to think in such a way that you have to first, to perform operation. Okay, what you have to do, you have to perform a check operation. Okay, so you have to write one condition, and if that condition gets true, then increase the count. Okay, but for executing that condition, okay, you have to iterate over each character in your string. So that is the important part. And strings in Python are also a kind of sequence only. Okay. So strings in Python are treated as a sequence of characters. So strings are also a sequence. So the for loop will be very beneficial to use. Okay. So what you will do, you will just write count equals to 0. Then you will write a loop for each character in S. So for ch in S, okay, check that if ch in, and you can simply say AEIOU dot lower, or not lower if you don't want to give it lower. So AEIOU in capital. Okay, just give it like this. So AEIOU in small, AEIOU in capital. So these are the 5 alphabets, okay, which are considered to be a vowels in English language. Okay, and give it in lowercase and uppercase both. Okay, so that if it will be uppercase value also, count will do its work. If that character will be a lowercase value also, then also the count will be incremented by 1. And then simply, when the condition will be true, if that character is from one of these characters, okay, if the character is, means whatever the current character is, if one of the characters from the mentioned characters, okay, it means the condition is true. So increase count by 1. Okay, this will be done till the last element of the string, and come out of the loop and print count. So you will get the total number of vowels here. Okay, so the total count is 3. So you'll get 3. Okay, if you manually want to count it, E, O, and O. So there are total 3 vowels, and we got 3 vowels. Okay, so this is how this works. With that, we'll move to the next problem. That is problem number 48. So now what we have to do, we have to find the products of numbers from 1 to n. Okay, so n will be the highest range. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to just find the products of numbers. Okay, so the numbers will start from 1. Okay, highest value will be n. So you have to do consecutive multiplications from 1 to n. Okay, and whatever the end product will be, that you have to return. So this is going to be a problem. Okay, and let me give you the n value also. Let's say n value is 5. Now do it. Okay, so those who have started, it's very good. Those who have not, okay, remember, in the last, just in the 47th number problem, what I have told you, that whenever you get some product or count kind of problem, first of all, your task should be to initialize a variable. Okay, so this problem is for product. What you will do, first of all, initialize a variable. Okay, that variable will be responsible to do the product, guys. Okay, So now let me also start writing the code. Let's say I have taken one prod, okay, product variable. Okay, I will slice this to one. Now this time, why not zero? Okay, okay, there will be someone who have this problem. Okay, and it's okay, guys. These are the basic problems. Okay, which when I was learning, I have also this kind of problems. Okay, so see, um, when you have zero, okay, why we use 0 or 1? So when we have to do sum, so 1 will make a impact. It means if 1 will be added to some value, the value can be changed. That's why we try to make it 0. Okay, in count also, if we'll initialize it with 1, so whatever the total count will be, automatically one extra value will got added and we'll get an incorrect value. Why at the time of product we just do 1? Why not with 0? It's simple basic mathematics that if you multiply with 0 any number, the resultant will be 0. Okay, because if you multiply any number with 0, you get 0. But if you multiply any number with 1, you get that number only. So if you multiply any number with 1, there is no change in the value. So that's why you have to initialize it with 1. And this is the simple logic. No extra things. Okay, this is the reason. For I in range, okay, now you have to set the range. Okay, remember, you cannot start it from 0, because if you start it from 0, okay, so what will the cause? 0 will be multiplied with I, the current value 1, and it will again make 0, and then whatever the value you are going to multiply, it will be 0 only. So you have to start it with 1, and till what value you have to go? 5. So what you will do? End part is exclusive. Remember, end part is exclusive. It means if I only write n, so it will not include 5. To make sure 5 is included, I have to do n plus 1. So that I have just written there, n plus 1. Then okay, multiply equals to, because we have to do consecutive multiplication, okay, each time. So this means product equals to product into I. Okay, so I'll do each time product into y and store it in product. Okay, so this is the shorthand technique. And then coming out of the loop, I'll print prod and I'll get the product of a number from 1 to n. So that number will be 120. And this is the very problem which will give you the factorial also. Okay, if I'll change the number to 6, it will give me, yeah. So this is how it works. Find the products of number from 1 to n. With that said, we'll move to our next problem. That is problem number 49 on your screen. Find the GCD, greatest common division of two numbers. Okay. GCD, greatest common divisor, I guess everyone should know. Anyone who don't know can ask me in the chat. Okay. Okay, let me give you the two numbers. Okay, guys, let me give you the two numbers. So one number will be 12 and one number will be 18. So these are going to be two numbers. Okay. So you have to find the GCD of these two numbers. Okay. Now it will be easy. Now it will be good. Okay, so now let me just write the code. So what you have to do, it's going to be very simple. First of all, initialize these two values in A and B. So let's say A comma B equals to 12 comma 18. Then we'll start the while loop and we'll say while B means the loop will only go till the value of B is not 0. Okay. So the moment value of B will be 0, the loop will end over there. Now, how to make the value of B equals to equals to 0? So for that, what we are going to do, okay, A comma B equals to B, A, remainder, B. Okay, will come out of the loop, and at the end we have to print just A. Okay, so here we are just using a simple technique. We are multiplying A, we are dividing A with B and storing the remainder. Okay, storing the remainder in B. Okay, so in the first iteration, what is going to happen? In the first iteration, the value of A is 12, value of B is 18. So what is going to happen here? So 12 modulus 18, it will be 12. Okay, so for the second iteration, if I'll just show you, if I have to just show you 12 modulus 18, it's give you 12. Okay, it gives you 12. So in first iteration, after first iteration, um, A will be 18 and B will be 12. Then let's talk about the second iteration. Okay, so in the second iteration, for the second iteration, A is 18, B is 12. So now let's do this 18 modulus 12. Now you get 6. Okay, now you get 6. Okay, now this 6 will be stored in, this 6 will be stored in, okay, where? This 6 will be stored in A. Okay, so means till now it is in B, but in the next iteration it will be stored in, okay, uh, now B has 6 in it. This was for the second iteration. After second iteration, the value of A is 12 and B is 6. Okay, now in the next iteration, what will happen? The values will be replaced. It means now print 12 modulus 6. Okay, so here we will get 0. So now B value will be updated, A value will be swapped, so A will be now 6 and B will be now 0. What was the condition? While B means while B is true, means B has some values, it will execute. Now B is 0, so in the fourth iteration the B value will be 0 and we are just printing A. So when we are printing A, we'll get 6 over here. Okay, so our end output will be 6. So 6 is the GCD of 12 and 18. This is how you just find the GCD between two numbers in just uh, 4 lines. Okay, Pratmesh Yadav. Okay, sorry, brother. I got one important work to do. I'll complete this stream later. Also, we'll join in next stream whenever you're planning. Thanks for all your efforts. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, it's all right. Okay, you can complete it. It will be there in the channel. So whenever you want, whenever you are free, you can just restart it and you can see it over. Okay. So yeah. So this is how you can find the GCD of two numbers. With that said, let's move to the problem number 50. So what we have to do, we have to break loop. Okay, we have to break a loop when the number will be equals to 5. Okay, so when the number will be 5, we have to break the loop. Okay, so just start a normal loop with using the range function. Okay, and whenever give a condition that whenever it will be equals to 5, just break. Okay, Okay, so what we need to do it. So first of all, start a normal loop for I in range 1 to 10. If I equals to 5, break. Okay. Otherwise, if I is not equals to 5, so print I. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and whenever it got 5, it just break. Okay. So it will break. If you want to first print 5 and then break, okay. So then you can do that also. So do what? First, put the print before the condition. So then it will print 5 and then break. Okay. So you have both the opportunities. If you want to just means you don't want to print it, the moment you get 5, you want to break it. So put the print after the condition. Otherwise, you want that first print 5 and then break. So then for that also, you have the approach. It's just put the print before or after. Okay. So with that said, guys, okay, uh, will that will be the wrap for today's live session. Today we continued our 100 Python fundamental practice problem series and successfully solved problems up to problem number 50. Halfway there, okay, more 50 to go. That's a huge milestone, 50 problems completed. And one more quick reminder, guys, remember this series is all about building a strong fundamentals and writing efficient Python code. So after this session, go back and revise. For that, what you can do, pick few problems from today's live session or from the previous live session also. Try solving them without looking at the solution, okay? And that if you able to solve it, so that will be the real improvement, okay? And just a small request, if this session is helping you and you guys are liking this session, so make sure to share it with your friends, especially those who are learning Python or struggling with basics, okay? Okay, Bus Dubai saying, is this bi-weekly sessions? No, brother. Uh, Actually, my stomach was upset for 2 days. Okay, for last 2 days. That's why I was not able to take the live session. I just try to be regular. Okay, and mostly on weekdays, I try to just do the live sessions regularly. Okay, for last 2 days, brother. First of all, welcome, and okay, you was also watching. Thank you so much to just join the session, and you are you are there till the end. Okay, so I appreciate that. And your question answer is that no, it is not a bi-weekly session. It's actual. I am regular, but because of the health problem, I just didn't able to means not able to take live sessions for last 2 days. Okay, on weekdays I try to be regular. Okay, and thank you so much. So guys, yeah, that's the thing. If you enjoyed the session, guys, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, okay? Because that is the way you can promote me, okay? That is the one thing you can just encourage, means that motivates me, okay? So that's it, guys, okay? Okay, Basubai says okay. Yes, brother, okay. So thank you for joining today's session, guys. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next live session where we'll continue from problem number 51 onwards. Until then, guys, keep coding, keep improving, keep learning Python. Okay.